Hello again, everybody. This is Derek, and I am coming at you with another Wargaming and miniature video. In today's video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be testing a variety of different glue on these Roman javelin men. I'm going to be gluing them to Rubicon bases, which are an ABS plastic. And then I'm also going to be gluing 5 of them onto Warlord Games bases. These are Victrix models, and I'm really only testing the feasibility of each of the glue. Okay, so I'm not. This isn't a strength test. I don't have a way to like test how strong the bond is or anything like that. This is all going to be subjective. It's going to be based on my gut feeling and how I feel about these models. Okay, so the way these glues work, the Tamiya glues, you're supposed to take a model and hold it together with whatever you're gluing it onto, right? And then use the brush with the capillary action, is what it's called, around the edge in the gaps. And what should happen is as the glue kind of leaves the brush and goes onto the model, it should find its way between the two pieces of plastic, kind of like soaks it up into and in between the gaps, right? So like the two pieces of plastic are here, and when you put the glue, the dryness on the inside or will soak the glue into the gap, and then it'll allow the model to actually stick. Now, this method does not work when you're trying to hold, or when you're trying to get a piece of your model to stick to another piece of your model. It doesn't really work that way. It has to be something that rests against each other, or a piece that you're able to hold while doing the capillary action, like maybe 2 halves of a horse or something. Okay. I should be able to hold this now and get down inside all these cracks. And then I'm applying a little bit of pressure, because what Tamiya glue does, well, any real liquid plastic cement, what it does is melts the plastic. It causes the plastic to melt, and then you get like welding. It causes the two pieces of plastic to kind of merge together and then become like an incredibly strong bond. Okay, so we're going to do these plastic ones first. Now, I've never used this glue at all, ever. It's the same as this one, but that one is called quick setting. This one is just extra, oh, okay. I was going to say it's extra thin, but it's also extra tight. Now, on this one, what I plan to do is put it on the bottom and glue it on. even though this glue will also use the capillary action if needed. Whoa, that one's got an odor to it. Okay, I'm happy with that. But actually, it didn't look like I needed it. I didn't need to use the capillary. Perfect. Okay, I've never ever used this plastic weld. These two glues right here are brand new to me. General solvent. Okay, solvent cement. Okay, well, this does say ABS in the fine print right there, and that's why I got it. I got it because I was hoping it was going to glue to this. And that uses a much thicker brush. Which is perfectly fine when gluing things like this. Okay, when I put it on there, it kind of like said, "Hey, I'm gripped. I'm not going to let you slide me around." Except I was able to move it around a little bit. That's good. That was like a rapid grip, if you want to call it that. Okay, everyone in the world's used super glue in the past. Everyone pretty much knows that super glue is a cryoacrylic. A cyanoacrylic, or whatever they call it. Now this Gorilla Glue says it's impact tough. What does that mean? Bonds to the skin instantly. I'm just trying to read some of the text. Hold for 10 to 15 seconds. Trying to find where it says what it is. But it's a CA glue, right? That's that cyanoacrylic or cyno, whatever it's called. I say cryoacrylic, but I know that's not. I know it doesn't freeze it in place. Okay, I might have should have used one that's almost not empty. I'm waiting for it to drip. I should have laid it on its side. Okay, here we go. Just a little bit. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. I'm not all zoomed in on this. I'll be using this first on this. Pressure for 10 to 15 seconds. Okay. And then finally, this Gorilla Clear Grip. Now, I use this Gorilla Clear Grip. I used to use it almost exclusively on models. You know, my Bolt Action, my Hail Caesar models. I didn't because it hold like the arms and the heads and stuff. It's like a thick. So okay, there we go. So it would hold, or I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, it would hold like arms and heads in place while it dried. Okay. Those are all drying. So now we are going to use the deep edge. No, I'm not. dimpled edge or the deep dimple? Deep dimple. Yeah, we're going to use the deep dimple. The deep dimple? Yeah. Doesn't really matter, but I just want to make sure I'm using the same on all of them. Okay. Now these are dimpled so that if you wanted to drill a hole, you could, and it would allow you to pin like your larger models. I don't think it's really necessary on a 25mm model. All right, so I'm gonna go with these two, like the super glue and the clear grip, because I'm almost positive that these are gonna stick. All right. And if you notice, I'm putting the figures a little bit back on the model. That's because if they have like a weapon in their hand and a shield, it will be right there in front of the base. If you center it, then the shield and the weapon might extend past the front of the base. Well, it will, not might. Okay, now, here we go. This one is designed for this, apparently, or so I've been told. So we're going to find out. Whoa, what just happened? I don't know if that's supposed to be there or... or not. Yeah, that white thing wasn't there. Okay, there you go. Yeah, okay. Okay, plastic weld. Now, the extra thin, not quick setting. Give that a... Now, my understanding is this is not going to work. That's my understanding. But it's got an odor. It's got a strong scent. Okay, it's got a little bit of it's got a tackiness, but that doesn't mean it's sticking. You know what I mean? I mean, it doesn't mean it's going to grip or hold it. Okay, now this last one, you're supposed to use capillary. I don't know if I can with these dimples, because there's not a whole lot there. At that point, they would just go down into the, it would go down into the initial dimples around the edge, and there wouldn't be any capillary across the board. You know what I mean? It would only hit the outer edge. So what I'm going to try to do is coat the entire bottom, even though I see that it's drying before I can even consider putting it on. And now I'm going to use capillary, or try to. Okay, I see how you want to be on that guy. Okay. It's got a little bit of a grip, so what I'm going to do is now pick it up. To get a better angle for my brush. Just to see if it gets in there. All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming out and watching this test. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to let this dry for probably 15 to 20 minutes. But what I'll do is I'll edit this video so that I'll be right back. All right, so I'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back. It's been about 15 to 20 minutes. And what I'm doing now is I'm going to test these. Now, before we go any further, I do want to point out that this Plastruck has a warning label that says it has a chemical known to cause cancer in California. So if you don't live in California, it doesn't cause cancer. No, that's not true. It's just that California has a stricter, more thorough, or I should say more intense testing. And when it comes to cancer-causing agents, and I don't know if they like soak the rat in make them swim in it or make them drink it or what, I don't know, but this does have a chemical that causes cancer based on the testing done in California. This Gorilla Glue says you're supposed to wait 2 minutes for it to grip, but 24 hours for it to fully cure. Well, we didn't wait 24 hours. So if it pops off, it could be due to that. I don't know. This says 10 to 45 minutes, period. And then it says you're done, right? So we'll see. This one, I'm sorry, not 10 to 45 minutes, 10 to 45 seconds. This one says, I don't remember. 15 to 20 seconds. It does say allow to cure overnight. Of course, all glues I usually let cure for 6 to 12 hours usually before I go do any priming or anything like that. So that's kind of a normal with most glues. And these two give 0 Fs. They don't tell you anything. They don't tell you how long it takes to cure. It doesn't tell you how long it takes to dry. It doesn't say any of that. It just gives you warnings for like eating it or getting it on your skin. Okay, so let me switch my glasses out and let's do a quick test on the hard plastic. The hard plastic is not, that's the gray basis. That is not what I'm concerned about, because hard plastic to hard plastic, every one of these glues should work just fine, right? They should. So let's try this quick setting. Now all I'm going to do is, okay. All I'm doing is putting a little bit of a pressure on it. Yeah, okay, that's on there. 100%. Okay, let's try this. Not quick setting, but we'd get it 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, hold on. It's on there, but I can see that if I was to pull a little bit harder, it would come apart, because I can see it's not fully dried. And I'm pulling on the, okay, but it's on there. Yeah, it's on there. But I would agree that this one probably needs 6 to 12 hours, or it needs longer to dry. It's not quick setting. Okay, Plastruck. First time ever using this. Yeah, I mean, I'm bending the base, bending the model. He's on there. Okay. These are all plastic cements, so you would think it would work perfect. It would take the plastic and it melts them together, right? This guy does not do that. CA glue does not melt the plastic to form like a weld. What it does is it sticks to each of the halves and holds it. The glue is actually holding it together, right? It's not fully dry. You can still see some shiny areas, but it's on there. He's not coming off. Not fully dry though. Nope. I was giving it a little extra pull and it didn't come off. Okay, so that's good. Now let's try the Gorilla, which says, it on the thing, it says 24 hours. Okay, it's not dry, because it's acting like a rubber cement, if you know anything about that. So as I'm pulling it off, I didn't pull it off, but I could have. It started to go, it started to come apart. You know, just like that. But that, it held it instantly, but it seems like it will need 24 hours to dry. Okay, so let's see if that's, so I suspect no matter what this base is made out of, it's going to act the same way. That's what I'm suspecting. And it does. Did you hear that? Somebody outside went, whoa! He was excited. Okay, so I put this back because it is kind of sticky, and I know this Gorilla Grip, it's not one of those glues that melt into the surface of that base. So I think after 24 hours, it's going to grip. It's going to be just fine. This glue should work, should be just like that, because again, it doesn't melt the plastic. It just sticks to the plastic. Yep, he's on there. That's not moving. Oh, yikes. Okay. Boink. Okay, so this guy works. This works for your ABS model kits. Okay. Plastruct says it works with ABS. It worked well with hard plastic. Oh yeah, it's on there. It's freaking... I'm trying. Nope, he's on there. Okay. That Plastruct plastic weld, top notch. It actually, well, so far it's better than this because it dried faster. But once that dries, it'll be just as good, I believe. Now these guys, I suspect, will just pop off. Look at that. No effort. Came right off. Okay. Let's try this guy. Probably the same thing. Oh, he's on there. Nope. Different angle. Popped right off. Okay. So if you're doing any kind of ABS model building, or if you're using ABS plastic bases or buildings or model tanks or anything like that, don't use plastic cement that's built specifically for hard plastics. Use something that will work with ABS or a super glue or a clear grip contact adhesive. This one works really well. Let's try this. Just because. Now, I'm not concerned about those other glue residues. Because this would melt right through that glue. Okay. So those are the two new Plastruct, I should say, plastic weld. And what did it say? 10 to 15 seconds? 10 to an hour? What did it say? 15 to 20 seconds? Okay. We can count to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah, look at that. It's on there. It's not coming off. Yeah, it works. Okay. 100% Plastruct plastic weld. I give it 2 thumbs up. These are great for hard plastics, but not when it comes to ABS. These work, but they do a different action. This melts the 2 pieces of plastic together. This puts glue, and so does this, puts glue between the 2 layers of plastic and holds it together, where that welds them together. All right, guys, thanks for coming out and checking out this video. If you are interested in models like this, be sure to check out my eBay store located right here. And if you are interested in getting your armies painted, or if you have some models that need to be built for you or something, contact me and I will gladly quote you a price. contact me at my email address right there. All right, and I will catch you in the next video.